which is going to be used in actual healthcare industry. So there is a lot of uh, hardware part is also there, and a lot of mechanical related operations or mechanical related processes will going to take place in case of healthcare industry. So this is just a minute. Yeah, so this is the flow of this particular session that we are having. The first we'll discuss having the motivation why we want to learn about this type of aspect in the healthcare industry. Then we will see the few applications in the mechanical design, which will be there in the healthcare industry. Then manufacturing, different manufacturing aspects, which may be required whenever you are developing a particular healthcare equipment. And obviously, the material is the one of the most important thing when you are developing any of the component or any of the product in the healthcare industry. Then few aspects of robotics automation also we will see in the this particular uh, discussion. So motivation, why we want to do the research in this particular field. So many of the researchers are now attending this particular session, which are interested in the healthcare industry. So these are few usual parameters we can say on which are required for the motivation. Obviously, stimulation of the research, sense of the participation, the growth of knowledge, quest of the for the progress, and the curiosity to understand the cause effect relationship. So this is the most important parameter, the last one that I have mentioned here. Whenever you want to find out some effect based on whatever the different causes or different parameters you are going to change when you are designing a particular component or that particular healthcare equipment, so that has to be validated. Once you validated that, then only you can use it in actual practice. So that is the one most important aspect we can say. The growth of knowledge is also there whenever we want to learn something new or whenever we want to do the research in a particular area. One of the most important parameter is you should have the knowledge about that particular area. Then only we can process for the research or innovations in those type of uh, problems. Then obviously desire to face the challenge in solving the unsolved problems. There are many unsolved problems available in the healthcare industry. You might be aware about it because so many sessions you attended over the course of this particular uh, faculty development program. So those challenges are from the software side also as well as from the hardware side. So today we are going to discuss about what are the different challenges on the hardware side available. Then obviously, why we are going to do the research? Sometimes most of the peoples are having the desire to service for the society, something we want to give back to the society. And then we again, obviously, if you are working in the healthcare industry, means you are working for the society only, for well-being of the society. And whenever you are doing the research, obviously, you will get respectability in your organization or in the society or in your day-to-day life also. So these are first point we are going to discuss. In the healthcare industry, there are two type of equipments available. There are rotating components available in the particular machinery, or there may be some reciprocating components available. Now, I don't know how many of you are from the mechanical background. So uh, what is the difference between these two components? I don't know how many of you are aware about it, but I will just let you know about just what is the basic difference between reciprocating components and the rotary components. So rotary components is usually the components are rotating in that particular machine, or it is moving from one place to another place. That will be the rotation or rotational motion will be taking place. And in case of reciprocating components, it is moving with a specific direction. there is a specific direction given, and it is in the or either in the horizontal direction or in the vertical direction. Right? So that will be the components called as a reciprocating component. So what is use of this particular uh, what is use of application of AI in the reciprocating component is obviously the diagnosis of the different types of faults we need to find out. Means obviously the intelligent fault diagnostic system should be required for those type of healthcare equipments that we are going to develop. Because majority of the times the components will get fail without having any warning. And then suddenly that particular healthcare equipment will stop functioning. So in order to avoid that, we should get some warning or some alert system kind of thing whenever designing that particular healthcare components. So this is one example I have taken from one of the research paper. So there is, you can say the data preparation is required. Obviously, the data will be in the form of different types of faults available in that particular equipment. So whatever the healthcare equipment that we are going to design, what are the different types of probable faults will be there that we have to first detect it. Obviously, if the more number of components are present, then might be possibility that many number of faults can be also present. So whenever you are developing a particular intelligent diagnostic system, obviously we need to take care about all the different cases which can be possible in that particular healthcare equipment that we are going to develop. It is not like that we have just considered one or two cases of the different kind of failure and the rest of the cases we haven't considered. Then that will not be the generalized intelligent of a diagnostic system. It will be limited to that specific application or that specific healthcare equipment. Then once you got that obviously data, then all of you are aware about it. I will not go into the details about this much in this particular case. So obviously the performance evaluation and machine learning model training, and then data analysis, and then the different types of patterns, or if you are doing the classification of the different types of defects or different types of faults which are present, that can be also done. If abnormality is present, that can be also uh, detected in this particular type of intelligence systems. Obviously, the monitoring of that particular machine can be also done with help of this intelligence system. So these are some outputs that we can got from there. For example, fault classification. We can classify the faults and what is the remedies for those faults, that also we can predict to the users whoever that using that particular healthcare equipment. Similarly, fault identification can also be done in this particular case. Then fault diagnostic monitoring, estimating and the quality and the key performance predictions. These are few outputs that may be essential for a particular intelligent diagnostic system that we are going to use in the healthcare industry. Obviously, the AI will play most important role in this case because whenever you are having the huge amount of data available with us, then finding the patterns or finding the predictions is practically very difficult task. So AI will play a most important role in these type of applications. Similarly, we are having one more that is for a rotating machinery. Just now we have discussed is for the reciprocating machinery, and now for the rotating machinery. There are most common components in the rotating machinery of healthcare industry is a bearing, then some gears are also present, shaft present, then stator, rotor, motors, belt and pulley arrangement. These kind of all arrangements or all components are present in case of the healthcare industry when the rotating parts are present. And if you look at the different types of defects available for a single component, I have listed the defect in this case. For a bearing, we are having so many defects available. I have listed only few defects in this particular slide, but these are not limited to only these many defects, or you can say these many faults. Then for gears also, we are having many faults available, just like chip tooth, missed tooth, then crack, wear, and other types of faults can be also present. For shaft also, we are having number of defects present in the particular application. So like that, we are having the number of defects present, and those defects are different for the different components. So I cannot say that okay, I will go with only the failure of the bearing, and I will just find out I will predict for the failure of the bearing. If you stick with that, then what will happen is sometimes there may be chances that the gear will get fail or the shaft will get fail, and then your system is not capable of detecting that particular failure. Obviously, once the failure happens, then obviously that machine will stop, and then it is very difficult for us to work on that particular machine. But our main intention is the machine or healthcare equipment should be intelligent. It should able to detect the faults before it will happen in actual practice. So therefore, these are few components we can say on which we can focus, and based on that we can find out the different kind of predictions. Then this is again the process that we are going to follow. All of you are aware about this particular process. First is the decision making, then prediction and presentation, then evaluation, then learning, data presentation, data acquisition, and obviously the most important part in this type of analysis or in this type of studies are the sensors, because sensors are those uh, components which will give you the data. We do not have any another alternative available for this type of data to record. Whenever I want to find out the faults in the different type of components, we are having so many available sensors, which may be the visual sensors, acoustic sensors, some vibration sensors are there, then some temperature sensors are there, or some pressure sensors are there. So those sensors will sense the physical parameter, and accordingly it will give you the data. Most commonly, when you are going with the rotating machinery, we are using the FFT analyzers. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware about it. In mechanical, we are using those FFT analyzers, and it is giving us this data in the form of signal. So we are doing that signal processing. Maybe if the electronic peoples are there, they are well aware about it. And then by using those outputs from the signal processing, we are finding which type of defect is present, depend on the range of frequency that we are having. So those type of data can be possible only with the help of the sensors. Without sensors, we cannot able to record the data. So just now I have told you for this particular case, we are having so many rotating components, and for every component you are having number of defects present. So for every defect, you have to do actual experimentation along with the whatever the appropriate sensor is available, and based on that you have to record the data. You have to uh, do the data acquisition. So I will not go into the details. That is a very vast area, you can say. Just now we are looking into the all different aspects at the introductory level. Then different components on which we can work are the bearing, gears, then rotor, stator, shaft. I have listed only few components. There are many components present in the healthcare equipments which are having the rotational motion or reciprocating motion, and after some time interval they are going to fail. That's for sure. Not a single component is designed for infinite life. Always all components are designed for finite life, and therefore they are going to fail under the action of or after the service life is completed. And then these are some machineries that I have shown here, some robotic applications or some uh, equipments that can be used. Surgery robots are also there, uh, which can be used in the healthcare industry. So this is all about the rotating machines and their fault diagnostic that we can predict by using the artificial intelligence techniques. Then this is a maintenance management. Obviously, when I have having that particular healthcare equipment, we need to have the maintenance schedule also. So maintenance schedule will be also going to be done with the help of AI, because these are some you can say three different types of parameters on which the maintenance schedule is dependent. One is the failure mode, classification, and the prediction that already we have discussed in the last two slides. Then condition monitoring and fault detection, and downtime minimization and maintenance planning. These are the three parameters on which the maintenance schedule is completely dependent. Obviously, the condition monitoring is most important, and for condition monitoring, we should know the predictions in advance. Otherwise, then condition monitoring will become difficult. And downtime minimization can also be uh, captured with help of different AI algorithms that we are having in the machine learning as well as the deep learning. And based on that downtime minimization, we can have the maintenance planning. Sometimes it is possible that whatever the algorithm that we have developed or whatever the model we have developed or whatever the model we have trained can also give the wrong predictions. And in that case, the downtime of that machine is going to happen. So what is our job? We can minimize that downtime. It is not like that downtime is for number of days. We can minimize it to hours, or you can minimize it to the minutes also if possible. And therefore, this is also relevant, or you can say the correlated with that intelligent machines, intelligent healthcare machines that we are going to design or that we are going to develop. So this is one example I have taken for a condition monitoring and fault detection. Just now I told you about the FFT analyzer. So this is that data usually we are taking from the FFT analyzer. It is in the form of the signal. It is time series analysis kind of data available with us, and based on that particular data, we are going to find out the predictions. Depends upon the sudden anomalies are detected in a particular cases. Then we can divide that into a number of faults like a fault A and fault B. We have taken here only two faults for a simplification. Only two faults may be present, but if there are more than two faults are present, that also we have to consider in that particular case. Obviously, we have to use a different kind of sensors like vibration sensors, then acoustic emissions, then instantaneous speed sensors, current sensors, and so many sensors are available. And we can have the time domain analysis, frequency domain analysis, and time frequency domain analysis. These three types of analysis can be possible with the help of this particular signal data which we are collected from the FFT analyzers. Then this is about the additive manufacturing. You might be heard the word about the additive manufacturing, but that is also essential whenever you are dealing with artificial intelligence in case of healthcare industry. Additive manufacturing is giving you the more accuracy in the manufacturing rather than the rest of the conventional manufacturing processes that we are having. So where we can use the AI is usually we can use the AI in the quality management. If you control the quality of the manufactured component, usually manufactured component in the healthcare industry is the supporting members, or you can say the exterior of that particular healthcare equipment will be obviously made up of the additive manufacturing techniques. Usually, we are using the 3D printers to nowadays to do that particular manufacturing. So this is online quality control. Also, we can do whenever the components are manufacturing at that time on this particular online monitoring we are going to do, and we can test the quality of that particular component. If there are some defects are available, those defects can be also detected, and they are classified according to whatever the different types of defects are available. For usually defect identification, we need to go at a microscopic level. We cannot directly means look at with a naked eye, we can detect the most of the defects. Most of the defects are on the bottom layers, or you can say the middle layers of that particular additively manufactured components. So it is practically very difficult if you want to detect the defects by naked eye or by using some uh, experimental techniques like optical microscopy. You have to go at a microscopic level. Then only you are able to find out those defects. And usually, once that data of the defect is available for all different types of defects which may be present in the particular additively manufactured component, then we can predict the defect before that will happens in actual manufactured component. So there are some defects which can be possible in the additively manufactured components is listed in this case, just like keyhole porosity, delamination cracking, then unmelted material is present, or abnormal morphology is present. Most of you are not from mechanical background, so I know about that. You will not able to understand those type of defects. But just I have given the example. So all the different type of defects data should be available with us. Once you are having that data, then we can do the image processing, because we are already captured the number of images at the microscopic level, and then by using that image processing output, we can predict the data. So this is the application of AI where we are using the image processing techniques, different image processing algorithms which are available in the machine learning and deep learning. This is one more example I have added, but I don't think so it is that much important because most of you are from non-mechanical industry. Yeah, so this is one more where we can think about this particular application of AI is the supply chain management. Mostly, whenever you manufacture a component, you need to manage with your the supply chain management also. So demand planning, forecasting, inventory management, and supply chain modeling and coordination that can be also controlled with the help of the AI in actual healthcare equipments that we are going to develop. So this is one more example that is nothing but we are done the process optimization in this case. Whenever you are manufacturing a particular component of the healthcare equipment with the help of 3D printers or with the help of any of the additive manufacturing technique, then there are few parameters that will vary the quality of the product or quality of that particular healthcare equipment. So those parameters need to be controlled. You cannot rely on all the parameters at a time. Obviously, few parameters will affect positively on the quality of the product. Few parameters will affect negatively on the quality of the product. So you have to find out the ranking of the parameters, means which parameters are going to affect positively. For example, here one example is given: power, scanning speed, then spot size, energy density, hatch spacing, and recycled power. These are some parameters on which the output, or you can say the quality of the product, is dependent. So how you are going to control that? You can control that by using the different AI algorithms available. You can do the ranking. So you can do the ranking of the parameters, and those parameters which are affecting positively on that particular uh, quality of the product or quality of that component, that you have to taken care about while doing the manufacturing at most. Those parameters which are not affecting that much on the quality of the product. For example, in this particular list of the product, suppose scanning speed is not affecting that much on the quality of the product. So you can uh, skip that particular parameter and you can focus on the rest of the parameters which are significantly affecting on the quality of the product. Now, next area of application is the materials. When you are manufacturing a particular healthcare equipment, we need to finalize the material. Which material we are going to use, whether you are going to use the composite materials or whether you are going to use the different kind of conventional materials available. It may be steel, or whether you are going to use the plastics or fibers, these type of uh, things. So it depends upon which type of component you are going to manufacture. Obviously, just now we have discussed there are few components which are in the motion. It will be rotating components or it may be reciprocating components. So in that case, we cannot manufacture those components with the help of a fibers or plastic kind of materials. It should be made up of some metals because there is a lot of loads are coming, lot of we can say the stresses are coming, and that will be uh, affecting on that particular component, and there may be chances that the fault will get developed and that fault will was the failure of that component, and therefore the material is also need to be select. Now there are a lot of variety of the material available in actual practice. There are n number of materials available, so how to select the material, that is also one of the biggest the problem whenever you are developing a particular healthcare equipment. So what we can do, we can generalize one model. Now you can develop one AI model which is accommodating the material properties of each and every material available in the world. So that can be also possible. And obviously that is a very big task because there are so many kinds of material available, and making them together is very huge task. But still, if that model will get developed, then it will be very useful for everyone in order to select the material based on what is the application for which you are using the material. You need not require to study in details about the material properties and all those parameters. It is practically difficult also for everyone to study about them. So that is one application where we can work in the healthcare industry. Obviously, these are the common process that we are following whenever you are developing any machine learning or deep learning models. Then feature selection, then data collection, and then dimensionality reduction is also required in some of the cases, because in those type of applications, the data is significantly large. The amount of material properties are also significantly large. There are a lot of varieties of material properties are there, and those all properties we need to consider whenever you are developing a particular application. For example, if I am developing an application in the healthcare industry where the temperature is more, temperature is suppose 200, 300 degrees Celsius, then I cannot go with the plastic and fibers in that particular area where the temperature is significantly more. So in that case, the thermal properties of that material will be most important. You have to think about, or you have to study about those thermal properties which will affect the temperature, increase in the temperature. Then obviously material experimentation we have to do, performance validation we have to do, and model validation also you have to do. Once you are done with that, it is possible to select the best material from the whatever the suitable materials available. Or sometimes you can get a multiple choice also. You can get 3-4 materials predicted by that model, and then whichever the material is having comparatively lesser cost, we can go with that material. So that is a very big task actually, to collect all those material together and build a one very good model on this particular AI, which could be useful for the healthcare industry. But it is one area of research where people can work. At least they can work for specific bunch of materials. Will not be go for all kinds of material, but at least all kinds of plastics or all kinds of fibers, they can concentrate on that. So this is one area where you can do the research. Then these are different algorithms usually people are using in the material sciences whenever you are doing the predictions of the different properties in the case of the material sciences. So I'm not going into the details about this. All of you are aware about this, all the algorithms. In fact, you are having more knowledge than myself in this type of algorithms. So this is one more example where in case of materials, we can use the different types of materials. Just I have listed few materials here: high entropy alloys, titanium alloys, copper alloys, aluminum alloys, and magnesium alloys. Mostly these materials we are going to use in the biomedical implants. You might be heard about a biomedical implants. So nowadays the research is going on the biomedical implants integrated with the sensors. So those implants usually got failed when your the surgery happened, that those implants is having the life of 10 to 15 years. So after 10 to 15 years, you have to again replace those implants. Sometimes there may be also possibility that the implants will get failed before 10 years or 15 years, whatever the desired life told by that particular manufacturer. So what will happen in that case? If you develop a predictive model of that particular implant, when that particular implant is going to fail, then it is very easy for us to replace that implant before it will get fail in the body. Then what was the reasons of the failure? Obviously, there are many reasons available, because the blood is having pH value, and the pH value of the blood depends on so many factors. So pH value is not same for the blood or body fluid that we are having in the body. Everyone may have the different pH value. And if the pH value is different, there is a problem of corrosion. Those parts or those particular implants will get corroded. And if the corrosion rate is significantly faster, then obviously that implant will get fail earlier. So that we can detect by developing the particular implant embedded with the sensors, or we can have the implant without embedded with sensors, but we can predict based on whatever the pH value is present inside the body for that particular body fluid or the blood. So this is one more area where you can use the bio implants or biomedical implants, but obviously that will be more inclined towards the mechanical or material sciences, because in that case you need to do the bio uh, inspired coatings, or you can say the biomaterials on which you have to work. This is one area also we can work on this particular case. So this is coating. Just now I have talked about the biomedical implants are provided with a coating. So this is one case study that we have worked on this using the machine learning techniques, which is we have developed a back propagation model for the prediction of the deposition parameters. So this is the method which is called as a high velocity oxyfuel coating technique. This is the method we are going to use to deposit a bio coating on the biomedical implants. So what is happening in this case? Suppose this is the implant that we are having, and I want to deposit a coating on this implant. We are having the gun available with us, and that gun is operated with very high temperature. So inside the gun, we are having the combustion chamber, and under that we are having the temperature more than 3000 degrees Celsius. So what will happen? It the powder we are feeding. Suppose I want to make the coating of some material, XYZ material. So that XYZ powder, in the powder form, that material is provided to this particular combustion chamber. And when that material will get supplied, and whenever that temperature increases to 3000 or 4000 degrees Celsius, that powder will get melted. Once it got melted, it is then deposited on that particular uh, biomedical implant that we are having. So based on that, what we have did, we have optimized the parameters by using the AI techniques. We have used the backpropagation model, and we have predicted parameters which are the best parameters available for the biomedical implants. So what we have done, we have taken a standoff distance, powder feed rate, and powder feed gas flow rate. Just I will go back to the slide again. This is the distance between the end of this particular gun and end of this particular workpiece. That distance is called as a standoff distance. So as per the literature that we have studied, because of the change in standoff distance, the properties of the coating are going to be changed. So that's why what we have did, we have varied that standoff distance, and we have done the number of experiments, actual experimentation we have carried out for that different standoff distance. Similarly, powder feed rate. Just now I told you we are feeding the powder to that particular gun, and then that powder will get melted. So that powder is having a feed rate. It is feeding with some rate, means for example 10 grams per minute or 20 grams per minute. So that rate also will affect on the quality of the output or quality of that particular coating. And then we have checked the different output parameters. We have checked with the hardness. We have checked with the wear rate. Now, most of you are not from mechanical, so just I will explain about hardness and wear rate, why it is important in healthcare industry. Hardness means how much hard that material is. And wear means whenever there are two components moving against each other, there is a friction. And because of that friction, the material gets removed from both the components. Whenever that is happening, after few years or after the few months of the service, those components will get fail because there is a significant amount of material is removed because of that wearing process. We have to avoid it. We have to reduce that rate. So how to reduce that rate? You have to increase the hardness of the particular component or that particular material. Okay, so that will be the option we are having, and that's why we have checked for the output as a hardness and output as the wear rate. One more output we have checked is the porosity. Porosity is dependent on the hardness, and that's why since those are correlated parameters, which we have already we all also added those parameters in this particular case. So whenever we done the prediction, we seen that this is, you can see this is experimental results, and these are the predicted by backpropagation model for three different outputs. One is a porosity, then hardness, and then wear rate. And you can see almost the predictions are very close to each other, to the whatever the experimental results that we obtained. So this paper we have published in the Springer journal. And this is what I was telling about the ranking that we are going to do, means which is the most important parameter affecting on the output. So here we can see the standoff distance is more affecting on the wear rate. 61% it is affecting on the wear rate. So suppose I want longer life of the healthcare equipment, I have to reduce the wear. That is quite obvious. So if you want to reduce the wear, you have to control the standoff distance. Then it can be possible to reduce the wear. Suppose my main intention is to control the hardness. I want a more hardness because I know that if the hardness is more, then the wear rate will be less, and the life of my healthcare component, healthcare equipment will be more. So obviously in that case, again, I will go with the standoff distance. So like that, you can take a decision based on where you are going to apply this particular material or with this particular coating. Similar basis here also, we have done another kind of wear study, but now we have changed the parameters. You can see in this case. In this case, we have taken the more input parameters, and based on that, we have developed a model. And here only we have looking into the wear rate. We are not now looking into the hardness as output, because now hardness we have given as an input to this same system or similar kind of model that we have built. So here also we can see from this particular graph, the overall R value you are getting as 0.99 in this case. And the second case also, this is for friction coefficient, and this is for the wear rate that we are having. So almost you are getting the correct predictions based on this particular experimentation. So we have done almost 30 to 35 experiments for this particular model to build for the different cases. We have taken the different cases with a change in these particular parameters. Then there are some robotics applications are also present where you can make use of AI. These are some nano robots nowadays going to be used in the healthcare industry for a drug delivery and all those kinds of applications where we can think about it. Obviously, without funding, working on this type of projects is practically very difficult. But this is one area where we can uh, think about those who are interested to work in healthcare industry. Then obviously the surgery robots, there are many surgery robots are available. Why I included this image of the industrial robot? Industrial robot is the first kind of robots developed whenever the robotics is started. And if you look at the resemblance between surgery robots and industrial robots, they are almost similar. Only thing in the surgery robots, we need a extremely more precision, which is not mostly required in the industrial robots. But nowadays, for many applications, industrial robots also require precision. So the surgery robots where we can think about, there are many moving components are present. All those components are having the mechanical failure aspects. So we have to think about those particular failures, and then only we can develop a model. Then this is not that much important because as all of you are interested to work in the healthcare industry, there are some additional robots applications just I have added in this particular presentation. So thank you all of you for patience listening for this. Actually, I know
Light
that this is
labeling
not
and
actually the exactly
brand.
matching with whatever the theme of this
Similarly, you
particular
can do with the
faculty
text
development
formatting.
program,
So types
but
of
just I tried
formatting,
to just
low
make it
level formatting, high
uh,
level formatting.
in the
That low
sense
level formatting is for
aligned with the particular theme.
formatting and high level is the logical process. Thank you, sir. Participants, you have any questions?
Yes, if you are having any questions, you can unmute yourself.
Divides the disk into the tracks and sectors.
The someone
Low level.
gives the presentation is highly informative. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the
Thank you, sir.
wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Such a wonderful session, sir.
Yes, thank you, madam.
All participants, our today's three sessions is now scheduled. As per our timetable, the first session is now complete. Next session 1:30. Then 12:30 to 1:30 is now our lunch break. Then we will start our next session 1:30 sharp. Please rejoin same link as per timetable on at the 1:30 p.m. today. Thank you so much, participants.
Thank you, ma'am.
Require this formatting because we need
Hello.
to make usable.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, that exam will be in which manner or form?
Actually, the WhatsApp group, I have already shared the today's timetable, sir.
Yeah, timetable is there. I'm asking the format of exam. Like,
This is the MCQ exam, sir. The 25 questions on in 30 minutes. I will share the one question bank also within 10 minutes.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, yes, with answer key.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Hello, madam. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Madam, this is Srinivas, Dr. Srinivas Lu. Is there any opportunity to provide the email address or contact of Bosle sir for any future help?
Yes, sir, sure. I will check. Sir, Digvijay, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
Sir,
Yes. I will drop a message in the chat box.
Thank you, sir. It's a very good
Yeah, yes.
representation, and for future research work, if any help required, we can reach you out. So far.
Yes, sir. Yes. We can do the collaborative research also if any area where we can work together.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yes. Thank you. I'm just sending the message, my mail ID.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
क्वेश्चन बँक कोणाला द्यायचं नाहीये इट इज इलिगल बोल फ्री नाहीये बोल
Sir is already shared. He's at the rate yahoo.co.in.
गाडी बरोबर ठीक आहे
Participant, you have any query, please ask.
हॅलो
Okay. Then we will start next session at 1:30 p.m.
करेक्ट झालं थँक्यू